All right, what's up, guys? It is Wednesday the 18th, a couple days away from Christmas. Um, if you're still taking any live trades, I'd definitely say now's a good time to be careful. Right, but I'm going to do my daily analysis. So, looking at gold, let's have a look here. So, we got our previous day high here, got a low down here. Still kind of watching this area to get run through. Let's draw out our 4 hour fair value gaps. So we got one there, and we got one there. So, to be honest, I mean on gold, I would just be anticipating a short. I'd be careful of what happens on the previous day high. If we run the previous day high, I could see us coming up into these gaps. But I think what I'd be ideally looking for is just to push from here, kind of take that low, maybe like this. Kind of similar to what we're seeing now, with this kind of stepping down, ultimately coming for that level here. If we look at our weekly data, let's see where we're at. Okay, so this is interesting. So here's your previous week high, here's the previous week low. So it would seem quite logical once we crack this low here. It's around about this 1.2 level. That's probably where we would push out to. Yeah. So I think that makes sense even from a weekly time frame. We opened up over here. Where do we open? So this is our weekly opening price. I do pay a lot of attention to the weekly open, because it's kind of like this idea of this candlestick, right, where it opens, pushes up, and then comes down. So we look at it on a weekly level, pushed up, so now the candle's kind of inverted to bearish. We're back at that weekly open. So yeah, I would anticipate a move down here at the previous week low. Probably targeting near this 1.2 area. Alright, let me just mark up these charts quickly. But it doesn't seem super likely we come back up into these areas, but I'll just keep these marked in case we do. Alright. Okay, let's have a look at NASDAQ. Let's pop on the 4 hour chart here. Okay, so this fair value gap is done. Literally just popped right into this one, bounced out. Let's look at some. So obviously we've got liquidity there, liquidity down here from Friday's low. We do have a little opening gap. I did say I was kind of expecting movement downwards, so we wouldn't want to see this. I think if this high gets run, we probably just continue grinding upwards. But let's have a look at our weekly data quick to see where we are from a weekly perspective. Okay, so the weekly high was here. Weekly lows down here. We ran the 1.2, we ran the 1.4 level. So it says there's only a 17% chance coming down here. So, just looking at this setup, it kind of seems like this would be the place we come down. There's not a lot of chance that we push up that much higher, but obviously with it being the week before Christmas, I think the Santa rally is definitely in effect. But I'll primarily be focusing on shorts down to this area. I'll put some arrows on here for us. maybe something like this, close the gap, kind of similar how we did the last one. Do that on Thursday, Friday come down and fill this weekly opening gap, because it's not properly filled. Now obviously this can stay open for a long time, we have one there, so if price gets aggressive, I could see us actually coming all the way down here to a 21,692, but it all depends on how we react here. So I'd probably wait for closer to market open, and I'd be looking for 5-minute fair value gaps to the downside, and then these 4-hour areas here, these would be my targets. But you know, let's see how far we are from the high. We're not too far away from the high, so I would say in a scenario where we pop this high, either we grind up, in which case I'd just be looking to scalp longs. But if we have something like this kind of closure above this high here, then that would definitely be good for shorts. But to me, looking at this chart, seems more likely that we take another run at this 4-hour fair value gap here, and then we've got a completely untouched 4-hour here. This is the opening gap. It's partially filled, it's not entirely filled. So okay, so that's NASDAQ. Overall, my focus is on shorts, finding short entries. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we came up to 108,373. Let's move this to the 4-hour chart and have a look. Okay, so we've inverted this 4-hour fair value gap, which is interesting. We had this 4-hour here, pushed up, we've closed right through it, and we've also gone below the weekly open. So honestly, I'd be looking for shorts. There's no other open 4-hour fair value gaps until we get down here to like 90, around about that 99,000 area. So this is a bit of a tricky one. I'd definitely be careful here. Keep your trade short if you're going to trade it, but maybe we see something like, where's my arrow? Because it does look like we're rejecting here. Maybe something like this. Over the next couple of days, come and bounce off that 100 level. That would honestly make a lot of sense. Bounce off that 100 level. But I do think the next major level for Bitcoin is 110,000. That's my opinion. So how I would frame this for a trade is I'd be watching, this is obviously the previous day high here. I'd be watching to see how this 4-hour candle closes. Like, I'd probably be looking for longs. If it closes above this 4-hour fair value gap here, I'd be looking for longs up to the high. But if we kind of stay weak here into open, I'd be mainly looking for opportunities to go short, maybe using like a 5-minute fair value gap or something to the downside, because this seems like the likely area. This 100 to 99,000 seems like the area that we'd go to. So looking at US 30, I mean, US 30 has just been a short. Seems like we're going for this area. I don't really trade US 30, so, but same thing here. I mean, it really just looks like it's setting up for continuation to the downside. So shorts seem to make sense. If you look at our daily, I mean, kind of makes sense, the area that we're going for. Maybe fill out this huge candle here, but But that's it for me today, guys. Definitely be more careful as we get closer to these holiday times. So yeah, to summarize, mainly focus shorts on gold when they present themselves, shorts on NASDAQ, shorts on BTC, but obviously longs if we close above the levels. So really, we're waiting for key levels to get hit. NASDAQ I'd wait to see what it does at open, maybe for a fake out above and then nice setup to the downside. Gold, I mean, you could take like an exploratory position, go short here, stop out above there. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Okay. Nah, I would honestly wait on gold. Just see what it wants to do around here. So it could push up. But I do think this 2613 is the general idea of where we're going. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, just pop me in the Discord. I don't know if I'll be on live today, but I'll probably do something tomorrow.